Hello everyone, welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Commander review, and today is the start and not the end, but very much the end. The next videos will be for sure. This is the Mercadian Masks set, and there's two commanders in Mercadian Masks. Have some water, and so let's get right on into it without any further ado. Today we're talking about Cho-Manno Revolutionary. Now I love Cho-Manno. Now I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. Let me know in the comments below if I'm not. But my introduction to this character and this card is actually the Jeskai version of this commander, because it's the face commander for one of the precons. I don't remember exactly which one it is. I think it's 2019. I think it's the 2019 Commanders. And it was this Graveyard Spellslinger deck in Jeskai colors, which is red, white, blue. And man, it was such a cool card because it had this ability that I'll read to you in just a second here. Plus, it had this cool Graveyard Spellslinging ability. But I love this character, so I'm very excited to be reviewing the original of this card, even if it's not from the Mercadian Masks set. This one's from 10th edition, but it is the same card. So, Cho-Manno is a legendary human rebel. It's a 2/2, and it costs 2 generic mana and 2 white mana. And then it has one ability, prevent all damage that will be dealt to Cho-Manno Revolutionary, which is very, very cool. Oh, and I'm going to need my mouse to come on screen here. Hello, mouse. There we go. Goodbye, mouse. So, no card rulings for this commander. Very straightforward. All it has is an amazing form of damage protection, which is really cool. Speaking of that, Pariah is a great card to enchant your commander with, because then it will make it so whenever you take damage, the damage is dealt to Cho-Manno instead, and that damage will then be prevented because of Cho-Manno's ability. Don't mind me, I, as usual, forgot to pull up the commanders just in case I needed them for these videos. I don't think I do, because they're very straightforward, but pulling the info up just in case. So, great enchantment for this commander. Now, the deck that I have this commander in, we're going to take advantage of that protection and make it one of the commanders for a mono-white Super Friends deck. Now, Super Friends, very popular. You can build literally any combination of colors with Planeswalkers and have a good and functional deck. There's that many Planeswalkers out there. There's that many specific characters that you can build around. In mono white, you could focus around a Gideon, because there's a lot of Gideon Planeswalkers out there. You could do an Ajani build. An Elspeth build is very popular. So you can go a lot of places with Super Friends and really have a fantastic commander to defend and protect your Super Friends with, which is what I'm going to do. Of course, because it can't be dealt damage, it's got a great form of protection. Not perfect, because any targeted removal will still take care of Cho-Manno. But as far as damage goes, great card. So we can use a Voltron commander and a Voltron build for this commander, whether it be auras, artifacts, both. Mono white is great at Voltron with those archetypes. And this was the popular deck idea on EDH Rec, or one of the popular deck ideas. And then finally, to have a little bit of fun and a janky build with this commander, this could be a banding commander. Now, of course, you're in mono white, which is the majority of the banding cards, but it is only mono white. However, because you can band with Cho-Manno and then you send all that damage to it, instead of having your opponents send the damage wherever they want when you form a band, it makes it perfect when you're being aggressive towards your opponents, because as long as Cho-Manno is in your band, you know your creatures will not be dealt any damage, which is fantastic. Really cool commander for this archetype. And that is going to do it for Cho-Manno. Very simple, very straightforward, but very cool. I love the uses that this card provides as a protection card, because not only can you use it defensively, like to protect your super friends, but you can use it offensively. You can make this a Voltron commander and hit hard and not have to worry about taking any form of damage. Even Death Touch won't get rid of it because the damage is prevented. You can put it as the commander for a banding deck and know that your band will be safe at all times because of Cho-Manno, which is really cool. Again, banding, one of my personal favorite keywords in this game, even though it is very convoluted and weird. I personally love banding, and I would love to see banding make a comeback in the future. I don't know how they could reword it if need be to make it simpler, because it is a little confusing as far as reading goes. Essentially, it's you form a band with creatures that have banding plus one that doesn't have banding, and then whenever that band becomes blocked or blocks, you assign damage to your creatures and not your opponents assigning that damage, which is super powerful. At least to me, that's super powerful. Anyway, super protection, fantastic, but it can be targeted. I mentioned this earlier in the video. This can be targeted by destroy, exile effects, board wipes, so it's not perfect protection, but as far as blocking goes, as far as combat goes, or for mono red decks, burn protection goes, it is a fantastic card, and I love this character. I think it's so cool. I love the Jeskai version of this card. The mono white version is just as cool, and it's a rebel, which will be an archetype we're talking about in the next set, which is going to be super fun, and I'm very excited. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything that I missed as far as like synergies or deck ideas that I didn't mention. What do you guys think about this card? And excuse me, let me know in the comments below. I've mentioned this a couple times in past videos, as well as I've been hyping it up more in my video game videos, but I love video games. I love Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering for the past couple of years has been very heavily involving itself with the universes beyond and mixing up with other IPs. I would love to also do that and talk about cool designs or ideas with you guys that either you have or that I've come up with about games that I've played for my channel, because they're there and I love them and that's why I played them. And how I would turn those games into Magic sets. I just started Assassin's Creed 2 for the 4th of July stream, and that was because Wizards of the Coast is doing the Universes Beyond with Assassin's Creed. So I started Assassin's Creed 2 for that, in celebration of that. We've done Fallout cards, we've done The Walking Dead was the very first crossover series that we had. They've even done My Little Pony, Transformers, Lord of the Rings got a full set. So many Universes Beyond, many different IPs. Godzilla's even gotten in there for a set in Ikoria. So I would love to talk about that with you guys, make some videos for you guys, maybe talk about how certain games I've played, like God of War, or what are some of the other ones? Final Fantasy, which Final Fantasy, we are getting a crossover set sometime in the future. I don't remember if it's during the year of 2024 or if it's right at the beginning of 2025, but we are getting Final Fantasy. That has been confirmed. So I'd love to talk about those kind of ideas and what would the mechanics be, what would be returning mechanics, what would some of the archetypes be for like different factions in the universes. I would love to talk about that for the games that I've played. God of War, Star Wars, Dark Souls. Dark Souls has been very popular for years. People have done custom cards for that. There's a set that I personally like that was made by someone that I would totally bring up if I made a video like that. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!